Friends, I just thought I would make a quick video kind of sharing my ASQ experience so far. And the reason for that is that I watched quite some people on YouTube basically sharing their experience. I've been in all the Facebook groups and I was kind of learning from there, and I thought I would pay it forward by just kind of sharing some of my experiences so far. Hopefully that's helpful to you if you're outside of Thailand right now and you're trying to get into the country. Then hopefully this will help a little bit. So my situation is that I actually flew into Bangkok from Abu Dhabi. I was based in the UAE before, so I left my hotel room because I was staying in a hotel in Abu Dhabi, and I made my way to the airport. And at check-in they did the most thorough document check I have ever witnessed in my entire life. It took 3 people 30 minutes, one by one, verifying that all the documents that you need to have, like the PCR test, fit to fly, certificate of entry, and that all these things that have like a time bracket to it, that it actually is within the 72 hours that the Thai government requires. And the thing that Etihad, because I flew Etihad, specifically wanted was that the 72 hours is within time of arrival of the flight. So not before departure or anything. It really has to be valid, at least according to Etihad, you know, from the moment still that you arrive in Thailand. So there seemed to be one big problem. They didn't tell me what. No idea what it was, but they had to call in a supervisor. The supervisor then eventually called the station manager in Bangkok, and then the Bangkok person approved. And then when they handed me the boarding pass, they literally quoted and said, "We hope that you get entry into Thailand." And I'm just like, what is that supposed to mean? But yeah, anyways, no problem. Then I took the flight again, flew Etihad, very relaxed, no problem, uneventful, very short flight. I think for people that want to know, the flight was maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 people at max. In my cabin, there was only one other person in the section where I was sitting. So yeah, no biggie. Whether you fly economy, business, or maybe even first class, you should have more than enough space on your flight coming in. Then on arrival, what was very interesting, and I kind of knew this a little bit up front, it seems to be some sort of a phased approach, which is like you get off the plane, you walk into the arrival or towards immigration, and they have all these plastic chairs set up and you take a seat one by one. Then they come by, they do a document check, they do a temperature check, you get a sticker, you get a badge, they do another kind of, I think another document check if I remember correctly. And I think that once the entire flight has been checked, and that's what's kind of what I got from it, is that they do it on a per flight basis. So I think that once the flight was checked, you could then move on to the next stage. And it goes, you know, because you're all sitting in rows, one by one, you go to like almost like another desk where they check again all your paperwork, where it gets stamped. They ask you a few medical questions, and then you get on to the next section where again you sit behind each other, and that was just kind of a waiting game. Before then, an immigration officer or police officer, I don't know, came around, and then we all got to stand up, and then in line we were able to move towards immigration. Then at immigration, you first go to a table where they verify your certificate of entry. They also check your documents again, and one of the things that I didn't have properly on my T6 form, I think, it's a little immigration card, is that the question is, you know, what hotel are you staying in? And I put in my ASQ hotel, and actually they meant where are you staying after ASQ. So I had to change that. And after that, I could just go stand in line at immigration just as anywhere else, and, you know, grab my bags. And the moment you grab my bags and walk out of or into the arrival hall, based on the little badge that you have, again, there's people there that basically catch you. You tell them what ASQ hotel you're going to, and then they will guide you towards the car. You get in and you go off to your hotel. So my experience has been that from arriving at the gate to sitting in my car going to my ASQ hotel, I think it was around maybe 40 minutes max in total. Very smooth, very well organized. Everybody seems to be very like a well-oiled machine. And if you are a Thai national, also from what I noticed, then it will go even way quicker, because I think they get cherry picked from the group and kind of get like an express entry into the country, which of course is more than fair. So yeah, then I arrived at my ASQ hotel. I'm staying today at Citrus 11 Sukhumvit. Why did I why did I choose this hotel? Many reasons, good or bad, but basically they were available. I'm staying in a improvised suite, if you will. I have two rooms available, so it's all about space, not about location. Location doesn't matter, I think. And they were always available, always answering any questions that I had. So I thought, okay, communication goes really well. I have enough space, and that's why I'm here. I'm now currently on day 4. Tomorrow I have my first COVID test, and after that at day 7, hopefully then I'm able to go outside for 1 hour. Some pros and cons on the Citrus Hotel so far. Wi-Fi works really well. Staff super friendly. I was able to get deliveries from Lazada. I was able to get deliveries from Villa Supermarket in terms of fruit and drinks and all these things. Just no alcohol, and also no meals, no cooked food in that sense is not allowed. Because the one big issue that I have with this hotel, at least currently, and I do notice that they're trying to fix it, is the food. The food basically arrives cold every single day. The delivery times are extremely early. For example, dinner is served at 4:30 in the afternoon, and there is no food, including room service. There's no food available from 4:30 in the afternoon to around 7:30 when breakfast is served the next morning. So I thought that was a little bit challenging, so I put in some complaints. So number 1, I now have a microwave in my room, which I highly suggest. Secondly, they make sure that my food is really hot. I think they extra microwave it to deliver it to me. And then secondly, they pushed back the delivery time. So for example, instead of 4:30, I now get my dinner at 7. Also note, there is no meal delivery, or so meal choose. There's no option in this hotel, even though I thought there would be. So that's something to consider. I'm realizing right now that food for me is actually really important, and having the option to choose between different options. So would I book this hotel again? I'm not so sure. Like, if they change the menu and they would actually have options, I think I would. I would probably rebook this hotel again. But because they don't, I'm like, food just ranks too much. You know, it's 3 meals a day, 15 days in a row, and having no choice on what you get, hit or miss, good or bad, you know, for the money that I'm paying almost 50,000 baht to stay here. That's not really good. So yeah, I guess so far that's my ASQ experience. I keep very busy. I exercise every single day. I make sure that I get a minimum of 5,000 to 10,000 steps in. I just walk around this space. I turn the music up. I have a lot of calls that I set up throughout the day, specifically the evening time, just to make sure that that goes quick, really well, really fast as well. So yeah, so far so good. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but then again, we are only on day 4 of ASQ, so let's see what the next 10 days bring. If you have any questions, love to answer, love to help out. If you're still considering what to do, where to go, please reach out. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.